Right, and welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining me, and a massive thank you to all the new subscribers and the people who watch my Boxing Day onion planting. You seem to like Boxing Day onions. In today, we're going to go through this. Ta-da! It's my internal, because we're inside the polytunnel, passively heated greenhouse. And I did this just so I've got somewhere hopefully a bit warmer to bring on chilies and peppers and the onions, stuff like that, and later on for seedlings. I don't know if it'll work. It's just an idea. The theory's good, and we all like good theory. I'll just quickly take you off the tripod, go through it so you can have a look at what I've done, and then if you're interested later on, I'll just go through sort of some of the costings, the tools, what I've used, things that have helped me along the way, and things I've figured out that might be helpful for anybody else if you want to build one of these. Right, let's go and have a look. Right, so basically it's just a simple wooden frame wrapped in bubble wrap, and where there's joints, I've taped up the joints, and where the door is, I've just overlapped it. Just a simple handle, just a bit of 2B1 batten. All right, and at the bottom, I just put a little flap at the bottom, just to try and keep the heat in. I don't know how I'm going to get on with ventilation in this. Time will tell, and if I need to add some, I will. So that's just the outside. Let's go inside. Right, so the theory behind this is you use things with a high thermal mass, like we've got paving slabs, we've got an old water tank out of a roof which is full of water. The paving slabs is on an insulation board, and like I say, there's more on the build if you carry on watching. The idea is they soak up the heat of the sun during the day and then radiate it back during the night to help keep the temperatures up slightly during the night. The wall you're looking at, that's the north facing wall, so I've put some reflective sheeting, well, it's like on a roll, reflective around there. So the theory is the sun comes in, reflects off that, heats up the water, heats up the stone. They give off heat during the night, and of course I'll be monitoring this and keeping you updated if you're interested on how it gets on. And I'll also be trying different methods of heating it as well. I've got a few ideas. We'll see if any of them work. Got the watering cans in here full of water. Again, more thermal mass, and to bring the water up to temperature for whatever I'm watering. Got the famous Timu watering can. And the first thing to go in here are some onions. And these are the Challenge onions from No Grow Lights. I have also picked up a little solar charging fan. I've not used it yet, so there again, I'll see how I get on with this and keep you updated if you're interested, and let you know if it's worth buying. So that's it really. Like I say, water tank, old water tank out of a roof filled with water, and just a bit of staging I made up on the top. I've got I've got plans for more shelving this end and that end, but that'll come in time. Right, well, that's it really. It's pretty straightforward really, isn't it? Now I'll just go through a bit more detail of how I built it and the costings. Right, let's get on. Right, well, this is the very rudimental frame that I've knocked up. This is not pretty. It's sort of square. I've just used 2B1 battens and I've literally just made a big rectangle. It's approximately 4 foot wide and just under 7 foot long. And as you can see here, my beds lie really out square, but the plants don't mind. But for this purpose, I've leveled it up, and I've also leveled out the bed. And what we'll be doing is putting some insulation board in the bottom of that, and then some paving slabs on the top. The door will go here. There's a bit more bracing just to stop the sideways movement to go in, but I want to get the insulation and the paving slabs down so I've got a nice firm surface to work off. And then when we're done, we're going to be covering it in this. This is the tri-layer bubble wrap. It's horticultural bubble wrap. I think I got it from Lixer. Right, let's go on and do the next bit. Right, well, that's got the insulation board in the bottom. Done it in 2 bits, and I've taped around the edges just so I don't get this polystyrene stuff bubbling off and getting in the soil. And I'll tape up the middle as well. It's not bad for level, you know. At the end of the day, it's on a bit of earth. It's only going to be temporary, so I'll tape that bit up and then see how well the paving slabs fit. Like I say, I'm just working with what I got, so I'll probably end up having to cut some, but we'll see how we get on. Right, so that's the paving stones added, and I've just swept a bit of sand in around the joints just to fill them in a bit. Now, unfortunately, I never had my stone cutting disc, so I had to do it with a hammer and bolster, so it's all looking a little bit rough around the edges. But that's got the stone base in, so that'll one part of the thermal sink to soak up all the heat from the sun, and then hopefully radiate that back into the greenhouse once the sun goes down. Right then, let's go through this. I'll tell you what though, isn't it just great to think spring's coming, planning ahead, a new season, starting to grow a few things, getting some things germinating. It's just good for the soul, isn't it? It's brilliant. Right, let's go through what I used. I used this stuff, which is tri-laminated bubble wrap. I got this from Elixir. This is the stuff that's 25mm holes. This is 1.5 meters wide. I had 15 meters of it, and that cost me £27.29. The frame was built out of roofing batten. There again, I just bought a pack of this, 10 lengths, 4.8 meters, which I cut in half and worked everything to about 2.4. All right. That was my only real cost personally, because I do a lot of building and bits and pieces, so I got most other things. The pack of timber was £40. That was 30 quid for the 40, so 50, 60, that's 70 quid. I used some of this thermal wrap that I've used for building my grow tent, so I already had that. So I reckon about 100 quid in total. That's if you had to go out and buy everything, not including your tools, obviously. Yeah, just a few screws. Now, if you get hold of a second-hand water tank, which is what I used in there, generally they're going to have some holes in them where the fittings have been taken out. And I was thinking, how can I block those up as simply as I possibly could? So all I did, I took a 9cm plant pot, cut out the flat sides, because that was bigger than the hole, Then all I did was use some of this CT1 fixing. This stuff's really good. I use it all the time for sticking stuff together, sealing up gutterings, things like that. It works really good. And all I'd done was put some of this around the hole, stuck this to it, let that set overnight, and then the next day I just went around the edges again. All right, so that's that. And if you want to get a tank from somewhere and you need to fill up a hole, right, sticking the, like here where I've stuck it together, I've used this foil tape. Now this stuff is absolutely brilliant. It's a bit fiddly to use because it's got a backing paper on it, so you have to peel off the backing paper and then stick it on. All right, but for sticking plastic together, absolutely brilliant. All right, I stapled everything up pretty much just with a normal stapler. And if you're stapling things, well, you can do what you like, but this is just my recommendation. Try and buy stainless steel staples. They're not that much more expensive, and obviously they won't rust. And another godsend, because you will mess up and put staples in the wrong place, is a staple remover. This thing, they're not very much. Absolute godsend for pulling out staples. That's that. The rest of it is just bog standard DIY stuff. Spirit level, circular saw. I mean, if you haven't got a circular saw, just an ordinary saw. One thing I would say, if you're getting a saw and you're leaving it up the allotment, I mean, this is a backhoe one, get one that's treated. That way it won't go rusty. All right, treated saw, brilliant. Impact driver. If you're only going to buy one tool, get an impact driver for putting the screws in. Just some clamps, speed square for holding things square, like when I made the door. Drill. I used a drill because I'm only using the 2B1 batten and we were drilling quite close to the end. You have got a risk of splitting it when you put the screws in. So just a small pilot hole, happy days. Right, that's about it really. That's all. Oh, a pair of scissors, obviously, tape measure, one of these retractable knives. That's just handy, just in general to have up. Yeah. Getting your screws. When you're ordering your screws, the easy way to do it is just figure out the width of the wood you're joining together. So, I mean, this is 25 by 50 batten. So, two of them together, it's 50 mil. Get a screw a little bit shorter. So, 40. All right, 40 mil screws. Add some gaffer tape just to go around the corners so I didn't rip the bubble wrap. I don't know how long this bubble wrap will last. Like I say, it's just an experiment, and hopefully it'll give me somewhere warm to work on. That's about it. 100 quid. I got myself a well, it's a giant propagator really, isn't it? I guess. Any questions? Stick them in the comments. Any suggestions, especially on ways to heat it better? Ventilation, I don't know. We'll wait and see. And what was the other thing I was thinking? That water trough is open topped. Is that going to be an issue? I don't know. Should I cover it, seal it up somehow? So anybody got any ideas on that? Much appreciate it. Hope everybody has a brilliant new year if you're going out tonight. I am, so don't expect any replies tomorrow. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hope everybody has a brilliant 2025. Things go well for you. You grow lots. I can't wait, to be honest. Really looking forward to it. Like I say, I'll keep monitoring how I get on with this, any updates or improvements, monitoring the temperatures outside, inside, see if it makes any difference. And I'll keep you updated. If that's something you'd like to see, come back and see me. That's it. Thanks for watching. Cheers and go on.